Alright, so this is the final part. The pool is winterized and covered. What I do when I do this, so I am sorry you guys, I really wanted to make a video and show you guys how I do this, but my phone died last night and this has to get done because we're starting to get to those freezing temperatures out where I live. So a few points. When you get these winter covers, I don't know if you guys can see it. See that red line in there? What I do is I actually thread it under the pole to hold my cover down when the wind gets going. So if you look closely in there, you see that go through there and then come out there. Okay. The plastic wrap is more or less a wind barrier because I live out in Nevada in a desert, and essentially the wind gets going out here. I'm going to get some more plastic. It didn't work too good last year. It did hold, but it didn't really prevent the wind. So I'm going to go over it again with some more plastic and go all the way down to the bottom this year. I want to see if it makes a difference. And then number one thing that you may see people do, and don't do it, especially if you live in an area with heavy rain or snow that's going to be landing on your cover. A lot of people will hook milk jugs to their cover to weigh it down to try and keep it from blowing up with the wind. But what that could actually do when you get all the weight of the snow, it can tear your cover. You need your cover to be loose, like mine is. See how it's sitting in the pool? So that way, when snow does cake on it and weigh it down, your cover doesn't tear. If you try to make your cover tight to where it's not sinking into the pool like this with all that extra cover, you're going to tear your pool cover and it's going to defeat the purpose. You could possibly even ruin your pool. So just be aware of that. Something I did right here, which you can kind of see, I'm going to put some more on it tonight, but I actually put water on top of my pool cover. And I do that to weigh it down when the wind out here gets to like 65 to 100 miles per hour. So that way my cover isn't blowing everywhere. I just put water on top of it with a hose. Another thing they talk about, I fill up my pool. So with these Intex pools, guys, you'll see people who talk about draining their pools, taking them halfway full, all this stuff. That's because those are in-ground pools with plumbing. Okay, they have to, or their pipes could get ruined. We don't. Our pools are essentially an above ground pool. So all I do is I plug up where the hoses go with the little black caps that come with them. Yes, there'll be probably a slow drip, but honestly last year it didn't even go down that low. It just was a slow drip all winter, very slow drip on some of these caps. You'll see my sand pump right here. What I did with the sand pump is I closed it, but the cap down here on the bottom, I unscrewed it just a little bit so it can get a nice drip going to get all the water out of the sand. And then again, you'll see where the pump was hooked up right there. You can see the strings from where I tied down my pillow. I like to keep those long so that way if for any reason, because it will get loose through the winter when all that snow starts caking on my pool, I can tie it and tighten it up. Now over here, we may or may not be able to see it through this cover, but over here is the latch. Okay, I make it really tight. Again, everything is threaded through these poles just to make sure my cover doesn't go anywhere when that wind gets going in the winter. But yeah, everything worked out really good. It took me a few minutes. I remember the first year we did this, it took us like 2 hours just to get the cover on. This year, because I already knew what I was doing and I had done it before, took me maybe 30 minutes. The longest part was disconnecting the pump and the hoses and getting it all set up. So tonight I'll make a video. I'll take apart my hose because a lot of people were asking how I managed to do the splitter on the pump for the inlets, and I'll show you guys what that piece looks like that I ordered from Intex and how I did it. And then, yeah, we'll just make videos, give you guys updates through the winter so you can see it. This will be my second year doing this to my pool. I live in Reno, Nevada, and let me tell you about Reno. We were ice all year last year, like ice, flooding, and lots of snow. So the pool survived. It did great. No one touched it. It just sat here all winter. We opened it up and it looked beautiful. If you look through my pool videos, you'll see the video. I'm doing it again this year because it works really well for me. I get really bad erosion where I live, and honestly, I didn't want to take down my pool because I heard stories of once you get the water pressure off the pool to store it and you put it back up, there can be a bunch of holes in the bottom. Now this pool right here that everyone's looking at is the Intex Ultra Frame Pool, 42 inches by 14 feet. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.